My name's Michael Marin. I'm out here at the Black Rock Municipal Airport. We also call it a spaceport. This is not a towered airport. It is a full-blown FAA recognized, uncontrolled airport. A very unique airport as far as the FAA is concerned because it's temporary. I mean, imagine how to put that on the navigation charts, that this thing only really exists for 1 week during the year. It's not for the faint of heart. The conditions here are very different from most pilots are used to. For example, we're at about 4,000 feet in a high desert environment, and in the late summer, the temperatures here can skyrocket, and what that does is create a very high density altitude, which can be as high as 8,000 feet, sometimes skyrocketing up to 10,000 feet, and it dramatically affects the performance of your airplane. So if you're used to the kind of power you get on a takeoff roll at sea level, where your airplane will just come off the runway even with a full load of fuel and passengers and baggage, the characteristics here are radically different. You have to fly in a very patient way, understanding how the altitude will affect the performance of your airplane.
Density altitude basically is what they're talking about is the thickness of the air. And as the air gets warmer, the air gets thinner. As the air gets thinner, the performance of the aircraft is retarded, the performance of the engine, and the lift that the wing can produce. So the thicker air down to sea level or very cold air is thick air, and you get a lot better lift out of the aircraft than you do in these warm temperatures. The area is quite unique for most of our pilots. The density altitude really throws some challenge in for a lot of our pilots. It's very different than they're used to flying in. Many of them fly at elevations that's below ground level here for us. We're at 4,000 feet, just to talk rough numbers. Last week we had temperatures, density altitude was almost at 9,000 feet, so the little airplanes think they're at 9,000 feet in the air when they're sitting on the ground. And a lot of our planes have only got service ceilings where they can fly up to 10,000, 11, 12,000 feet. So it could be quite an adventure getting them off the ground and flying them safely in this type of environment.